everybody. Jeff Cowan here from Jeff Cowan's Pro Talk, and I'm back with a new edition of my podcast entitled Right Service, Write Your Own Paycheck, the path to making over $100,000 a year when writing service in the automotive industry in the United States of America, Canada, and or Australia. And you know, at this very recording, I always say this, but it's true, that you know that just under 21% of the people doing that job right now are making $100,000 a year or more plus benefits. Well, that means that 80% of you, almost 80% of you, are not. So what are we going to do about that? Well, I suggest you do what you're doing right now. Keep listening to me. Watch my podcast. Go to my website, automotiveservicetraining.com. Read the articles, read the blogs, and you'll find that between all of that I'm going to give you the best techniques, word tracks, and processes you need to be the absolute best at what you do. And I got to share something with you here. I'm going to brag. You know, here over the last several months, I've gotten a real flurry of phone calls, texts, and emails from viewers just like you that have told me, Jeff, since I've been doing what you've been asking me to do, I've seen my income increase by 30, 40, 50%. I've got perfect survey scores, no heat, high effective labor rate, and the like. And I can do the same for you if you just keep listening to me. And if you want, you can even be a little bit more aggressive and invest in some of our training. Just saying. Well, today, I'm going to answer a couple of questions that I've been getting here recently, a lot from the viewers just like you, so here we go. The first question I got is this, and I think I've answered this before, but if not, it never hurts to bring it up again. But here's what the question is. Jeff, how long does it take to start making the $75,000 to $100,000 a year that you talk about all the time? So how much does it take to start making that kind of money? Because, you know, again, like I've said just a few minutes ago, the average person in the field is making about $70,000 to $75,000 a year plus benefits. Just under 21% are making $100,000 or more plus benefits. So how long does it take to get to those type of numbers? Well, if you've been in the business for very long, you walk up to most people that are in this business and ask them that question, here's what they're going to tell you. Well, it takes a good year or two, maybe 3 years before somebody really starts making money with writing service. And when somebody tells you that, I want you to thank them for answering your question, thank them for the information, and I want you to turn on your heel and walk away from that person as fast as you can. Why? Because they're wrong. What they're telling you is they don't understand what the real job is. The real job is handling customers and selling customers. That's the ability you need, and they don't have it themselves, or it wouldn't have taken that long for them to make that kind of money. Because here's the real answer. Within 30 to 60 days of starting out as a service advisor, you should be firmly on the path to making $75,000 to $100,000 a year. Now, how can I say that? Well, it's because I don't overthink it like the auto industry does. You see, they make this thing way more complicated than what it is. And what it is, service advisors, that you're paid to do is to sell. And what we're talking about here when you're writing service is basic retail selling, basic products. You know, if you take a look at your department, your service center, and you think about what it really is, it's all based off of one sell, a real simple sell. Oil changes, that's something everybody needs. So everything above an oil change is an upsell. So it's real simple. Either you can get it or you can't. If you can, hallelujah, you can make this money right out of the gate. You know, you're going to have a long career. You're going to have a lifestyle that most people only dream about. But if you can't, it just simply means that you need to get trained. And that's what I do. I can train you. I've got all the programs here. But then once you're trained, it's no longer can you or can't you, it's will you or won't you. And if you will, then within 60 to 30 to 60 days, you'll be making that kind of money. If you won't do it, then do us all a favor, get out of the way, get out of the chair, and let somebody sit there who will. Okay, because again, it's a simple retail transaction, and here at Jeff Cowan's Pro Talk, I mean, we've got all the systems, processes, and word tracks to put you firmly on that path, because you gotta just bring it down to its basics. Not only is it a simple sell, but the job isn't anything other than having the ability and the high skill level of being able to handle customers and sell. Ask for the money and get it. Ask for the money, handle the objection. So there you go, 30 to 60 days. Second question we got here today. Can you be promoted from being a service advisor? Can you be promoted out of that chair? Well, I like that question because that tells me we've got a lot of people watching here that are looking for this to be the automotive industry to be their career their entire life, you know, which is great. And before I answer that question, let me just say this. If you're a service advisor now and you want to stay in that chair for the next 15, 20, 30 years, there's a lot of honor in that. I know literally hundreds of service advisors who wrote service for 25 or 30 years. They retired, they walked away from the position, and they had a great retirement, they had pension, they lived in great houses, they had the cars they wanted to drive, their kids were educated. They generally, just speaking, had a great lifestyle, and they had a good time while they were doing it. If that's what you want to do, a lot of honor in that. So there's no crime in doing that your whole career. But if you want to be promoted from the service advisor chair, I tell you what, it's now couldn't be a better time to do that. You see, up until about 3 years ago, most of the time they promoted somebody in service from one of the positions into management. It was almost always technicians or somebody from parts, like a parts manager or something. And the reason they did that is because those people are that work those jobs, they're very process driven, they're usually very organized and that type of thing. So it was very easy to transition them into that position. The problem is those people aren't taught to sell. Generally speaking, they don't know how to handle customers, they don't know how to sell. And since that's a big part of their job and how they get paid, there was this big gap, and so the numbers would fall through the floor. So luckily, in the last 2 or 3 years, service managers and fixed operations directors, general managers, business owners, they've realized that, hey, we can teach anybody how to manage the business. I mean, really, if they got the desire, we can teach them how to do that. What we can't teach them to do, because they don't know how to do it themselves, where we struggle is finding somebody that's great at handling customers and being able to sell. Because a manager's job, service manager's job, that's going to be at least 20-30% of your day talking to customers and then talking to your team members, keeping them motivated and holding them accountable and the like. So you want to be promoted out of the chair? Then become the absolute best service advisor you can by showing people and demonstrating that you have the ability, a big ability, good ability to handle customers and make sales. And you show that by having the highest sales, making the most amount of money, having the highest effective labor rate, having the highest survey scores, highest customer retention, and having no heat. No heat. You have no disgruntled customers. That's the first step. You want to get noticed, do that, and they will promote you. And I tell you again, the last 2 or 3 years, they've been going to the service advisor chair and promoting those people, and the ones they're promoting, the ones that always get the look, are the people that have proven they can handle customers and they can sell. And they can sell. Now, if you struggle with that, you're in luck, because if you keep watching me, I'll show you how to do those things. Or if you're really, really interested, you really want to be the best, invest in yourself. Call us up and invest in our training. I've got online training. I've got workshops. I'll come to you. You can come to mine. We can send trainers out to your stores and stand with you side by side, coach, critique, role play, and write service with you to show you that how our stuff works. We can set up business development centers. We can set up quick services. We can set up all kinds of stuff. There's really nothing that we can't do. Now, you might think I'm just talking to the business owners and managers here, because we'll come out and train a team, but you as an individual service advisor, if you're working someplace and they don't do that for you, you can do it for yourself. And I've got programs that start out for as little as $197. $197. You do what I instruct in that, you can be the best of the best, get recognized. You'll be on the path within 30 to 60 days to making $7,500, $1,000 a year. You'll be recognized, and you'll be the one they'll come to when the promotions start to become available. Hey, my name's Jeff Cowan. I have a company called Jeff Cowan's Pro Talk, and I love doing these podcasts, and I love doing them for you. So you keep sending me questions, you keep watching, and I'll be here for you. In the meantime, between now and the next podcast, make it a great day, a great month, make it a great year. Become the best you can be so you can maximize the opportunity and have the lifestyle that you deserve, because between now and then, that's exactly what I'm going to do. God bless you all. Talk to you soon.